Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our chapter Prepositions. Now, this is part 16. So, we have been revising prepositions in all these sessions where we are reading a series of one preposition, many uses. So, in this session, we are going to discuss uses of to with different words. I have already told you, I've already taught you actually the uses of to and towards preposition. And now in this session, we are going to discuss uses of to with different words because we know very well that there are many words which in which we have to apply or add to necessarily as a preposition. So in this session we are going to discuss such words in which when we add to, it adds something to the meaning of that preposition or that particular phrase. So let us begin the session. So the first word is obedient. So we use the word obedient along with preposition to state that one person is obedient towards the another person. For example, the members of the team were obedient to their coach's strategies. It means they were just obedient to their coach's strategies. It means that they obey clearly the strategies which are made or which are suggested by the coach. So they are obedient to it. It means they are obedient for that particular person. She remained obedient to the company's strict code of conduct throughout the career. It means she was obedient to, it means she was loyal to the company's strict code of conduct. She followed the strict code of conduct of the company very seriously. So she was obedient, or she remained obedient to. So she was obedient for her company. Now, this is the use of obedient plus to in a phrase in a sentence. Well, now we will discuss the word obliged. So, we use the word obliged along with preposition to. Now, this states that there is some duty which we have to follow or which we have to fulfill. Now, I am obliged to attend the meeting even though it was my day off. It means, though it was my day off, it was my leave, or it was my holiday, even after that I had to attend that meeting. It means I'm obliged towards it. It means I'm obliged to, it means it is my duty to just attend the particular meeting. So though that was my holiday, that was my leave, I could have enjoyed it, but I had to attend the meeting because it was very important and I was obliged to. It means that it was my duty to fulfill that. She felt obliged to help her neighbor with the heavy groceries. Helped her neighbor, she was obliged to. It means it was her moral duty, or it was her duty, or it was according to her ethics that that she helped her neighbor with heavy groceries or to lift those heavy groceries. Now let us move to the next one. Here we have a word opposed. Now, whenever we used opposed to, let us see the sentence. She is opposed to the idea of raising taxes on all small businesses. She is opposed to. Opposed to here alludes to or refers to a situation when someone is contradictory towards something. Contradictory opinion. When we have contradictory opinion towards something else, or it means we are not following, or we don't want to follow that particular thing or the particular rule. It means we are opposed to it. It means we do not want it. We are just opposite of that. We are just in against of that particular rule. So there we use the phrase opposed to. So she is opposed to the idea of raising taxes. It means she did not want, or she does not want the raising of these taxes on small businesses. I am opposed to any form of discrimination based on race or gender. It means I'm just against discrimination based on race or gender. So here is the use of opposed to, how we can use this phrase in our sentences. Now let us move to the next one. Here we have a word polite. Now, polite means being very kind towards someone. So, whenever we use polite to, uh, it means that we are polite towards a particular person or towards a particular action or towards a particular thing. For example, it is important to be polite to your elders. So polite to your elders, it means we have to, this is our duty, or this should be a desire, just to be polite to our elders. This should be our, you can say, the fundamental right. He was polite to the waiter despite the mistake in his order. So he was polite to, it means he was very kind with the waiter. Now let us move to the next one. Related. Now, related to, when we relate something with another thing, we use the word relate to or phrase relate to. The topic of the discussion was related to. Related to means associated to recent developments in technology. The issue is directly related to, it means it is just according to this, or just associated with the policies of the government. So related to is somewhere like associated to. Now let us move to the next one. Similar to means which looks similar or same like the another thing. The new smartphone is similar to the previous model. It means the new smartphone, it looks like, or maybe the features are like the that of the previous one, with only a few minor upgrades. It means only a few minor upgrades are there, otherwise it is same as the previous one. Her painting style is similar to that of the famous artist Picasso. So there is a famous artist named Picasso, and her painting style, both are similar to each other. So similar to means which has same qualities or similar factors or similar qualities as that of the another one. So similar to means which resembles or which depicts the same pattern or same style. Now let us move to the next one. Thankful. Now whenever we say we are thankful to someone, we are grateful to someone, it means we uh, we consider that particular thing to be, that we are very lucky to have that particular thing in our life, because we are thankful to it, because that is very very important, very very beneficial for all of us. I'm thankful to my parents for their unwavering support throughout my life, because they supported me throughout my life. So I'm very lucky, I'm very thankful to them. He's thankful to the doctors and nurses who saved his life. So he was really very thankful to them. It means he was just showing that their role is very important and precious to him. Now let us move to the next one. True. Now whenever we use true to, it means we are uh, correct and we are true in what we are saying. So she remained true to her principles even in the face of adversity. So true to, it means following her principles. So she was honest. True to means being honest, being serious, and being and follow them seriously. So in their relationship, they promised to always be true to each other, to be loyal to each other. Here, true to refers to loyal to each other. Now let us move to the next phrase. We have a word senior. Now this one is very very important. How? There are some comparative words, as I have told you about these words in chapter of adjective as well. These are comparative words. Now what are comparative words? Let us discuss these words. We have a word senior. We have a word junior. We have another word that is superior. Then we have inferior. Then we have another word that is, now this is inferior. Okay, now another word is interior, and then we have posterior. Now we have another word that is prefer. So another word is elder. It is prefer. Also we use preferable. So prefer, and one more word that we have is elder. There are many such words as well. Now these are comparative words. What are comparative words? Actually there are some comparative degrees in which we have a positive degree and we make it comparative by just adding er or more to it. For example, if we have a word old, we add er to it, like older, oldest. So older is a comparative degree and oldest is a superlative degree. Similarly, we have young, younger, youngest. So younger is a positive degree, of which we have a comparative degree that is younger and superlative that is youngest. But here we have some words like senior, junior, superior, inferior, interior, posterior, prefer, elder, etc. Now these are comparative words, not degrees, because we have not converted these words by having a positive degree and we have added a suffix er to them and we have made them comparative. No, not at all. We do not have positive degrees of these words. For example, if we have the word elder, do we have a positive degree of it? No, not at all. If we have a word senior, do we have a positive degree of superior as well? Sorry, senior as well? No, we do not have. In fact, senior is just a comparative word when we are comparing two persons with each other, where one is the person who has more experience and another one who has less experience. So that person we call senior and junior. Those persons we call senior and junior. Now, we do not have any comparative or superlative degree of such words or positive degree of such words. We call them comparative words only. Therefore, we do not add then after these words while making comparison. In fact, we add to these words to make the comparisons. For example, if I say Ria is senior than me, if I say Ria is a senior than me, the sentence will be incorrect. Why so? Because we are using then over here. To make it correct, what we need to do, we have to just remove this then and replace this with to. So the correct sentence will be Ria is a senior to me. This will be the correct sentence. So with these words we always use to preposition and not then. So let us get back to the uh, PPTR, to our slide. Jeevan is senior to Kala in terms of experience in the company. Now, senior refers to someone who has more experience. So, this is known as senior. So, Jeevan is senior to Kala. The manager is senior to all the employees in the department. So, we are using senior to, not senior then. Senior then cannot be used. Now, next word we have junior. As I have already told you that Sarah is junior to Mohan. It means she is less in anything which is told about. So here we are talking about terms of experience. So in terms of experience, Sarah is less experienced than Mohan, or you can say junior to Mohan. He always helps to those who are junior to him. So here we are using to, not then. We cannot use junior than him. Instead, we should use junior to him. This is very, very important again. With these words, we do not use then. Instead, we use to as a preposition along with, and this is very important, asked many times in form of spotting errors, in forms of fill in the blanks and sentence improvement, etc. Now let us move to the next one. Another word that is superior, as I told you, each and every word of these, that whenever we have a word superior, the performance of the new model is superior to the previous version. It means the performance of new model is superior to. Now, which model? May be possible it is a model of a computer, of a phone, or anything, is superior to the previous version. Her skills in mathematics are superior to those of her classmates. It means she is very good at mathematics as compared to her classmates. Inferior, when there is a word superior. Superior means when something is high in quality, and inferior refers to when something is low in quality. So that is known as inferior. The quality of replica was clearly inferior to that of the original. Replica means duplicate or the copy, duplicate or the copy of something. So the one that is the duplicate or the copy of uh, something, the quality of that particular replica was clearly inferior to that of the original. Obviously, if there is something original and if you have a copy of that particular thing, so copy generally it is inferior to the original one. Some people believe that the knockoff brand is inferior to the well-known premium brand. So, knockoff is a kind of brand and inferior to well-known premium brand. So, inferior to means bad in quality as compared to the another one. Now let us move to the next word, that is prior. Now prior refers to something which is before, or something which is pre to another thing. Prior word comes from the word pre. So pre or prior, it means when something happens before something else. So suppose there is a person B and there is a person A, so we can say that A comes prior to B. So in the alphabetical series, we can say A comes prior to B. So that word is known as prior. Now, please complete the form prior to attending the workshop. It means whenever you go to workshop to attend the workshop, you just have to complete the form prior to attending the workshop. I had never visited that city prior to last summer. Prior to last summer means before last summer. So prior to refers to something which happens before the another thing. Now let us move to the next one. We have another word that is anterior. Now there are two words, especially one is interior and another is posterior. These words are generally used for the body parts, which shows something which is upper to something, and another which is below something, so or lower to that of the another thing. So that we call interior and posterior. Now these are not interior, this is not interior, this is anterior. Interior means forward and posterior means backward, or to you can say lower or the topmost part or the upper parts. The heart is located anterior to the spine in human body. The conference room is situated anterior to the main office. Anterior to, it means at that particular side of the main office. Now let us move to the next one, that is posterior. Again, as I told you, anterior and posterior, something in the body which is upper and which is the lower. So there we use the word anterior and posterior. Now, one more thing, if we talk about anterior and posterior, the exact position of anterior and posterior, what happens when something is just forward or just in the front side, that is anterior. And if something is behind something else, or if something is back at the back of something, for example, in our body, if something or some part is at the back side, that is posterior, and if something is in front side, it is known as interior. So when something is on the front side or towards the front side, it is known as interior, and when something is towards the back side or behind something, that is known as posterior. So the heart is situated posterior to the lungs in the human chest. So obviously lungs are at the front side and heart is at the back of it. Well, my drawing is not so good, I'm just making it just to show you the pictures like this, and obviously I don't know how to draw the human body parts, and it is just to show that something which is forward is known as interior, and when something is backward, it is known as posterior. The kitchen is posterior to the living room in our house. It means uh, first there is a living room and then after that it is kitchen. So kitchen is just behind that particular living room, or you can say living room is interior to the kitchen. So these are some sentences which we can make through the words interior and posterior. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word preferable. Preferable when we choose another thing, or when something is choosing, when something is chosen apart from the another thing. For example, if I have two options, one is A and another is B, so A is preferable to B, it means I would like to select this particular A rather than B. Many people find exercising outdoors preferable to working out in a crowd gym. So whenever you one person do working out in a crowded gym, there are many people, they just find exercising outdoors more enjoyable, or you can say they select this particular thing more than this one. So they don't want to go to the gym, in fact they want to go in the open areas like gardens and parks just to do exercise. That is preferable to working out in a crowded gym. For a healthy diet, choosing whole grains is preferable to consuming refined grains. So whole grains is preferable to, it means this is more in choice. So this is how we use the word preferable. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word kind. Kind is an adjective, so we use kind to. Being kind to animals is important. we should treat them with care and respect. Kind to means when someone is kind towards another. He was kind to his employees. It means he was kind when he is with his employees, or you can say that he does kind behavior with his employees, offering flexible work hours and generous benefits. Now let us move to the next one, that is hostile. So whenever we use the word hostile, it means when we are arrogant towards something or when we are angry towards something. The two rival gangs are known to be hostile to each other, enough engaging in violent clashes or often engaging in violent clashes. It is often not enough. There are two rival gangs, are known to be hostile to each other. It means they are just angry with each other all the time. The new employee felt unwelcome and hostile to the company's established culture. So, hostile to, it means he did not like the culture or the society or the ethics or the codes uh, which are the rules of the company, because he did not like that all, just because maybe possible he is not feeling comfortable over there. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word due to. Now whenever we use the word due to, it shows us the reason. What is the reason of this particular thing? So we use the phrase due to. Due to is just like because of. The flight was delayed due to bad weather conditions. So due to is because, which shows us the reason. He could not attend the meeting due to a prior commitment. So due to again refers to because, which shows us the reason of something. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word alien too. Now alien is a person who is not of the place which is your native place, or someone who is not of that particular place where you live, or is generally like odd one out from that particular group or area. For example, basically what we call alien is a word used for those people who does not live on earth. In fact, they live on some other planet, or in some other space, or in some other solar system in the universe. So alien is not only refers to those people. In fact, it can also be used for the foreigners, or for the person who are not the local natives or the natives of your area. So those people are also called alien. The customs of this ancient tribe may seem alien to outsiders. Alien to means different, as they are not of your particular area, so they are different to outsiders. Her ideas about art were completely alien to the traditional approach. Alien to means different from. So alien to means just uh, different in opinion, different in look, different in every manner. So that is alien too. Now let us move to the next one, that is akin. Her determination to succeed was akin to that of a lioness protecting her cubs. So akin to means just akin to is basically a phrase when which is used when we just show the similarity or show the qualities which are similar to another person. Her determination to succeed was akin to, it means she was very determined, and her determination of success is just akin to. Akin to means just look like, or just it resembles, or just it is like. It possesses the quality that of a lioness protecting her cubs. Who is protecting her cubs? It means she is really determined towards her career. The artist's work is akin to a visual representation of his inner thoughts and emotions. So akin to when something resembles another thing. So artist work, whatever the work this artist does, it shows or it represents his inner thoughts. So akin to, which resembles or which shows us the quality of him for this life. Now let us move to the next one. We have another word is affectionate. So when we are affectionate to someone, it means when we love someone, when we are attached towards someone. The dog was affectionate to its owner. It means he was loyal to its owner, wagging its tail and nuzzling their hand. The teacher is affectionate to her students, offering words of encouragement and support whenever they need it. So affectionate to means the teacher is just very is very close or lovable to their sorry, to her students or to his students, just because she is very caring about her students. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word used. Now this one is very important. What happens? We have a word used. Now whenever we use used to, this is used in two different manners. How? Let us discuss. Now this is a particular phrase. What if we use it? We can use it in two manners, two different manners. It can be either a modal or an adjective. It can either be a modal or an adjective. Now if it is a modal, what happens? It refers to when we show the past habit. When show the past habit. When we show the past habit. For example, if we talk about our past, that in past days we used to sit on a cot while in the evening, while we are talking with our neighbors. We used to sit under the tree. We used to sit uh, in the shade of the tree on our cots. So that was just the habitual action of the pastime, or something, some habit of the pastime, that there we use this as a modal. But if we use it as an adjective, we use it to show that we are habitual of something or addict of something. When we are habitual or addict of something, for example, nowadays many people, they are used to their mobiles. It means we are used to, or we are just habitual, we are just addicted to our mobiles. So this has become our necessity, or you can say a thing which is prior to anything for us, which is priority to all of us basically. Now if it is used as a modal, what structure do we use? That is, first we use subject, then we have used to, and after that we use verb first form. So whenever we have this structure, we use this used to as a modal. But if it is an adjective, what we do, we have a subject, then we have helping verb, then we have used to, then we have verb with ing. Now, this is the basic rule to remember it, that if subject is followed by used to directly, we have to use first form of verb after it, because this comes in error many times. Now, this part comes in error many times, subject plus helping verb, and after that we have used to. Now, you can see the difference over here. Here we have used to just after the subject, whereas here we have used to after the subject and the helping verb in between. So, we have helping verb, and after that we have used to. So, in this type of a structure, what we do, we use verb with ing, that we also call verb fourth form. This is very important. This is very important rule of used to. So whenever you find this structure, you have to use verb first form, and whenever you find this structure, you have to use verb ing form. This is how we use the word used to. Used to also shows us the past habits, and used to also shows us that we have been addicted to something, or we have become some addicted of something. One more thing is there. If it is used as an adjective, it can be used in present, past, and future tense as well. But if it is used as a modal, it only shows the past time, not the present one. So let us get back to the sentence. I used to play the piano when I was a child, but I haven't practiced in years. So this shows us the past time. So here it is a modal. So you can see play is a first form of verb. She used to live in New York City before moving to Los Angeles. So she used to live, it means it is past. So we are using used to live. Now, one more sentence we can have over here. My mother is used to, my mother is used to waking up early in the morning. Waking up early in the morning. It shows that my mother uh, has a good habit, that she gets up early in the morning, or you can say to getting up early. To getting up early in the morning. So this shows the quality and the habit of my mother, that she's used to getting up early. Now you can see over here that we have my mother, that is the subject, then is, which is helping verb, then after that we have used to, so this is an adjective, and here we have getting, which is verb with the ing. So this is the structure of using the word used to. Now let us move to the next one. I hope you got it. Accustomed to. Now accustomed to is a phrase where we show that someone is bound to another thing. Now whenever we use accustomed to with a view to, there are several phrases with a view to, then we have looking forward to. So we have such phrases. Looking forward to means when we think of the future. Looking forward to, uh, or you can say given to, addicted to. So whenever we have such words or such expressions, what we do, we always use verb with the ing if there is a verb, and if there is a noun, that is fine. After years of practice, he became accustomed to waking up early to exercise. So whenever we have such expressions, we always use verb with ing after these phrases. It takes time to become accustomed to a new job and its responsibilities. So, accustomed to means bound to. One more thing, here we have a new job, which is a noun, not a verb. That is why we have not used it in ing form, because this is a noun, not verb. If there was a verb, we would have used it in ing form if there had been a verb. Now, let us move to the next one. Addicted to, as I've told you, that whenever we have addicted to, we use verb with ing. It means when we are habitual of being something. She's addicted to coffee and can't start her day without a cup. It means she necessarily wants a coffee as soon as she gets up. Now, coffee is a noun, it is not a verb, so we cannot make it ing form. Sarah is addicted to reading. So reading is verb, we have used it in ing form. She finishes a book almost every day. Now let us move to the next one. Applicable to. Well, applicable to something means when something is just applied to another thing, or when something is important for the another thing. The new software update includes several improvements applicable to all users. Applicable to means they can be applied to all users. They are for all the users. So there, in that manner, we can use applicable to. These safety guidelines are applicable to all employees working in the manufacturing plant. Applicable to means these are important for all the employees who are working in the company. Now let us move to the next one. Comparable, it means when we compare something to another thing, or when something can be compared. So it is compare plus able. So when something is compared. The speed of this new sports car is comparable to that of the Formula One race car. Her artistic talent is truly remarkable and comparable to the greatest painters in history. So this is how we can use the phrase comparable to. Now let us move to the next one. Limited. When something is limited to something, it means when something is restricted to something. Her talents are not limited to singing. She is also an accomplished dancer and actress. So this is limited to. It means it is not just uh, end by singing only, or her talent is not only singing but other talents also that she possesses. So limited to means restricted to or up to a particular limit. The restrictions on access to the private beach are limited to hotel guests only. Now let us move to the next one. Confined to. The fire was confined to the kitchen thanks to the quick response of the firefighters. Confined to means again limited to, or up to that particular point only. Her illness left her confined to her bed for several weeks. Confined to means stuck to. It means she was just, you can say, paused for that particular period of time. For she was confined to her bed. It means her illness was like that she needed a bed rest for several time or several weeks. Now let us move to the next one. Restricted to is again same as limited to. This parking lot is restricted to residents of the apartment complex. It means it is only for the residents. So restricted to means only for the people. The access to the VIP lounge is restricted to members and their guests. It means it is only for the members and their guests, not for anyone else. So restricted to means up to a particular limit only, or only for those who are included in that. Now let us move to the next one. Reduced to, when something has become of less importance, or reduced to means when something has become less in number, or less in size, or less in importance. The company's profits were reduced to half of what they were last year. It means if they were 10 last year, they are now reduced to 5 only. It means they are only 5 now. After hours of heavy rainfall, the once pristine garden was reduced to muddy mess. Pristine means fresh, which was glowing, or in which we could see many flowers. So it was reduced to, it means it was just converted into, or the less important thing, that is a muddy mass. Now let us move to the next one. We have a word relevant to. Relevant to means when something is up to the mark according to the another thing. The information you provided is not relevant to our current discussion. It means it is not up to the mark, or it is not important, it is not of use for the current discussion. Please focus on the points that are relevant to the project's objectives. Relevant to means related to, or you can say useful to. So which are useful to. Now let us move to the next one. Pertinent to. The information you provided is not pertinent to the current discussion. Pertinent to is just same as uh, that we have already read, that is relevant to. So pertinent to means related to the particular matter. Please focus on the issues that are pertinent to our project's goals, which are important for that project goal. Now let us move to the next one, that is conducive. So a quiet and organized workspace is conducive to productivity. Conducive to means required to. Good communication is conducive to building strong relationships. Well, these were some phrases that we have used along with preposition to, which we have discussed in this session. I hope these are beneficial to you all. Thank you very much.